Okay, so good morning, class, and welcome to the session. And I'll start. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so any doubt, any questions from the last session, guys, please tell me. Practice किया है सबने? Whatever we have discussed, is it clear? because today's session would be little, it will take some effort from your side. You have to be ready for it. But let's start with a simple one and then we'll see. Okay. Let's discuss about the case statement. Let's discuss about the case statement. So let's take an example and then probably you'll understand. So if I say select staff from salaries and put some limit, let's say limit 20 or whatever. Okay. So I get this type of data. So over here, do you notice the salary? You have an employment number, you have a salary, you have a from date, and you have your to date. You have your from date and to date. Now, if my requirement is something like this, so many a times we don't, over here, do you notice the salary is in numbers? Salary is in numbers. So now if I don't want the salary is in numbers, but for our, sometimes when we are doing our analysis, we want some categories. Let's say I want some categories, or let's say your HR manager wants to put the employees in some groups or categories based on the salary they have, based on let me say based on their salary, based upon their salary. So let's say requirement is something like this. Requirement is like, if it is less than, let's say 40,000, mark it as low.
Recording in progress.
And if it is more than 40,000 and less than 50,000, mark it as medium. If greater than 50K, mark it as high. Okay, you want to have something like this. How many employees belong to the low income bracket? How many in medium and how many in high income, right? So every time the exact numbers may not be needed, you want to have your data in, let's say, categories also. So you can mark it as high. So if I run this thing, I can get this thing. So this is my salary. So what can I do? I can use the where command. I can say where greater than 40,000. But if you are using where, then probably you can handle only one condition, where greater than 40,000. It cannot handle at the same time greater than 40 and less than 50, right? You want to have the employment number and in which category the person belongs to, right? So over here, we will use case statement. We'll use case statement. एक काम करो, उसको बोलो तुम उस डेस्क पे जाओ, कौन डेस्क पे जाओ. So that I can directly look into your system. जब और किसको अच्छे से एसक्यूएल आता है पहले करा हुआ है? तुमको किसको आता हुआ है इसको उसके बाजू में जाके बैठ कौन है श्रेयस तुम आ जाओ उसके बाजू में जाके बैठ अभी मैं कुछ को बिल्कुल पीछे डाल दूंगा तुम सबसे पीछे चले जाओ बिल्कुल कोने में जाके बैठो आई डोंट वांट एनीवन टू बी सिटिंग बिल्कुल इन द कॉर्नर गो बैक तुम्ही को बोल रहा हूँ सबसे पीछे जाके बैठो नहीं तो यहाँ पे भी बैठ सकते हो हाँ यहाँ यहाँ जाओ यहाँ थर्ड रो में सेकंड रो पे सो दैट मुझे दिखे तो सही लोग करते क्या है और इस लोग छुप जाते तो इस कोने में आ जाओ हाँ यू कम दिस कॉर्नर इस कॉर्नर में आ जाओ ठीक है ओके चलो लेट्स मूव अहेड एंड थोड़ा टाइम पे ऑफ है ना बिकॉज पूरी क्लास डिस्टर्ब हो जाती है so what we will do so let me again repeat the requirement those who have came just now and have joined so the original table contains the salary in the numbers so numbers are numeric and continuous but your requirement is you want to create 3 different categories that 3 different categories would be low medium and high so if it is less than 40 it would be marked as low between 40 greater than 40 less than 50 less than or equal to 50 it would be marked as medium and if it is greater than 50 it would be marked as your high right so that is what my requirement is so what I will do is I will make use of the case statement so I'll say I think ye ek yahan par 20 ho jaye let's me just say 2 I'll just see top 2 records so that I can easily get the name of the columns okay so I'll say select employment number comma salary comma salary and then I'll say instead of I'll say case I'll use the case statement case along with when salary is less than 40,000 then you mark it as low I think this comma will not come when salary greater than 40,000 and salary less than 50,000 then mark it as medium okay else see if it is when I'm checking for the 3 conditions what are the 3 conditions less than 40 between 40 to 50 and greater than 50 so I have already made the check for 2 conditions so I don't need to check the 3rd condition I can directly use the else if these 2 conditions are not satisfied then the person would be having more than 50,000 or if you don't want to use else as of now let's say I want to use else I'll say mark it as high then obviously what should अब यहाँ पे क्या डालना चाहिए so I am saying select employment number salary from statement तो आना ही चाहिए from which table so I'll say from salaries ठीक है, यहीं पे तो एक ये ब्रैकेट दे रहा, आई थिंक यहाँ पे कॉमा आएगा, फ्रॉम सैलरीज। ओके, let me say and as income categories from salaries. It's not giving me any syntax error. Let's see what happens. Okay, so do you notice? Let's explore this thing. So if we want, we can later on, we can group that, group it also, we can find the mean or whatever. But as of now, do you notice whenever, so for example, let's say medium. For medium, do you notice it is between your 40 and 50? Medium 40 से 50 के बीच में लो कहीं पे आता हुआ दिख रहा है? हाँ, लो आया, लो is between, लो is nothing but less than 40,000. ठीक है, so it means it is working fine. ठीक है, now certain small things which we need to keep in mind. So select your employment number salary case when salary is greater than 40,000, then low when salary is greater than 40,000, then you mark it as medium, else high. Now एक second वापस देखो यहाँ पे, everyone please have a look. So people might be thinking what is as and as this thing. Suppose if I don't give this thing, do you notice it starts giving me an error? Now when I give this thing and again see the output, what is the output? Do you notice a new column is added and the name of that column is income categories? Yes, and as is marked in blue, it means it is a command, it is a syntax part. And income categories is the name of the variable. You can give any name. You can, let's me say I have taken some logical name. If you want to say ABCD, that will also work fine. It will not give an error. But you need to give something. You need to give something. So it's taking some time. Do you notice? So give some logical name and as the column which you want to add. So it is adding a third column, or I'll say it is adding a new column. The name of that column is whatever name you have given. Okay, now please give it. आ सकता है नहीं, अगर यहाँ पे इक्वल टू साइन लगाना चाहते हैं आ सकता है. In fact, what you are saying is probably more logical. Less than or equal to, greater than 40 and less than or equal to, let's say 50. ठीक है, it can come definitely. क्यों नहीं आएगा? ठीक है, okay. Can I mute you, Vedant? Okay, बड़ा ऑनर्स बच्चा है, खुद से म्यूट करने को बोलता है. लगाओ, लाके दिखाओ कैसे लगाओगे। लगाओ। एक होता है, पहले ये भी देखो। Okay, how many in titles table? Everyone please have a look. In titles table, you are having employment number. You are having title, from date and to date. Tell me how many unique titles are there? How many unique titles are there? And I'll ask someone to come and write on the whiteboard. How many unique titles are there? And name of those unique titles. Batao, please. Those who want to put the query on the chat, put it on the chat, but send it to me only. How many unique titles are there and name of those unique titles? If you want, you can write two different queries. In one, you can get account, in another, you can get. Sir, title page. How many unique or different titles are there? Name of all the titles and probably their count. नीचे आउटपुट में जो बहुत रोज किया जाता है वहां से किया जाता है हमने कितने हैं 7 But why don't we use a distinct command? Distinct statement. Group by R क्या है? यहाँ हम तेरे वाले लोग. इसके लिए proper logic is this. Distinct हमें discuss किया है क्लास में. तो फिर इसको. Okay. So senior, engineer, staff, engineer, senior staff, associate engineer. And manager. यही same names are there. What about you? Last person. Choose करो पूरी क्लास में कौन सी वो छोड़ दो हमारे कुछ तक बात करेगा What about you? We have used the same thing on the names. How many unique names were existing in the number we have to get 1,275 and how many names were existing more than 200 times? याद करो कितना सारा कुछ करा हमने. So those who have remotely joined, guys, I want some answer from them also. Please put it on the chat. Okay, so what should be the command we should write? Select distinct titles from select distinct title, right? Select distinct TIT title from titles. You know, select distinct title from titles. So these are your 7 distinct titles. So senior manager, staff, engineer, senior staff, assistant, and you can see 7 rows written. So there are 7 distinct. Or if you only want the count, you can use your count function. Select count distinct, right? So senior engineer, staff engineer, senior staff, assistant engineer, technical lead, and manager. Okay. Now everyone please read these 3-4 lines. So HR manager wants to know the information in the below format. If staff or engineer or assistant engineer mark it as entry level. If senior staff or senior engineer mark it as mid level. If technical lead or manager mark it as management. Possible hai? So you have these 7 entries. Use it. So which technique you are going to use? You will use the case statement only. Case statement use करोगे सबको problems समझ में आया? At least after seeing this thing, people are clear. What are the 7 designation? Out of these 7 designation, create these 3 level entries: entry level, mid level, and management. So I will put some time now. अभी time हुआ है 9:22. I want answer till, let's say, how much? 9:27 or 9:28. Let's say 5 मिनट का टाइम. 5 मिनट काफी हो गया. Keeping in mind, you already know the titles table. सारे designations हमारे पास सामने सामने हैं. So Amol is sending query, select count. So Amol ने query भेजी. Let's run it. See, I'm not sure what output it will give, but एक बार run कर देते हैं. So theory is okay, but doesn't make much sense. Why do I want to group? I have already taken one example of case statement. Use the almost similar. So I'm putting this question on the chat also. So those who want to copy the question can directly copy. The no need to type. So I am unsharing my screen. Okay, you already have the question. क्या लास्ट वन चैट पे देखो मैनेजमेंट डन आउटपुट चेक किया हाँ तो चेक करो ना राइटिंग क्लियर doesn't mean अगर error नहीं आए doesn't mean that it is correct. Output should also match. Or at least one step लोग आगे आए. What is this? It can be. Previous वाला example check करो. I added a next column. Income categories. Income categories add किया था. वो समझ में आया था. सब आप वाला example क्या था? Explain this example. What were you doing over there? टेबल ही कॉलम ऐड किया था. हाँ तो वैसे ही एक अलग कॉलम ऐड करो. Let's say employees or whatever. You have laptop in your hand. जो आइडिया मन में आ रहा है उसको just put it and see whether it will work or not. Logic part I have already given, practice part you have to do. वरना मुझे क्या मैं तो बता के निकल जाऊंगा. So still I am waiting for at least one right answer. Okay, so I am getting some answer from on the chat. Let me see. So Karthik, I don't think this would be giving you the right answer. Last में अभी श्याम आउटपुट चेक किया, आउटपुट प्रॉपर आ रहा है. आके चेक कर लेते हैं. सब लोग क्वेरी भेजने से पहले आउटपुट चेक करो. इंजीनियर की अगर एंट्री लेवल आ रहा है, स्टाफ की एंट्री लेवल आ रहा है सीरियस, ठीक है चेक तो करो. मेरे को इतना कॉन्फिडेंस लग रहा है, आके चेक कर लो. पसाना कम गलत आ रहा है, तुम पॉलिटिशियन लगे पहले. Everyone, please check your output. ठीक है. आउटपुट चेक किया. Why have you used and? क्या कोई इंसान एक साथ सीनियर स्टाफ और टेक्निकल की दोनों हो सकता है, तो बाल लगाओ ना फिर. Senior engineer staff at the level, senior engineer level, technical senior engineer level staff. Take example, so salary pattern case, my pattern to staff. And this now this is property rate. So first person is good one. Technical lead management is that. Okay. Select a proper number, title, PS, one title, staff, management, vendors level type, form title. ठीक है, make sense. ठीक है, so second person. खुद से किया है या किसी से एक्सपर्ट होने किया? खुद से किया, बस थोड़ा टाइम लगा। हाँ, टाइम लगा। All right, because at the same time, personal senior staff और senior engineer दोनों को दिया। But तुम्हारा ये output सही नहीं है ना, senior engineer को management बोल रहा था। तुमने क्या किया है? तुमने यहाँ टाइटल और टाइटल लगाया और टाइटल is equal to this. इधर भी लगा सबको मैनेजमेंट लास्ट टाइम ये दो व्यक्ति तो लास्ट में जो भी
कंडिशन ही नहीं when staff लेकिन कौन सा staff किसका staff को कैसे fill करेगा कैसे करेगा कौन सा कॉलम वो कॉलम का डालना है तो टाइटल और ये हर स्टाफ और ये सेमीकोलन नहीं करेगा नहीं इक्वल टू स्टाफ रहेगा तो ये करेगा सेम इधर भी टाइटल नहीं डाले तो वो स्टाफ इधर से सीधे करेगा उसको समझना चाहिए कौन से कॉलम से टाइप मतलब ये स्टाफ उसको कॉलम में तो बताना पड़ेगा हाँ मतलब कॉलम तो बहुत है
Okay, so at least 4 or 5 people have got the right answer. Let's take it up. Okay. Okay, so I don't know why people have taken so much time and why there are few who are still not able to do. Okay. So basically, please 2 minutes सब लोग शांत रहो. So in the previous one, what I said select employment number, salary. Okay. From over here, I want to use the titles table. So you can say select. If you want, you can say titles. Select title, or let me first say select employment number. Please 2 minutes. Employment number, then you can say title. Use exactly the same logic which we have used in the previous one. Okay. Then I have got the right answer, but किसी ने भी बहुत efficient way से नहीं किया है. क्या किसी ने in का use करने की कोशिश की? Remember in? किसी ने use करा और सबने and पे rely किया. और पे and और पे rely किया, right? In क्यों नहीं use किया? Okay, चलो let's do it in a multiple ways. So select employment number, title, and then what should I say? I will use the statement case, right? Case. फिर क्या करना था, ऊपर से ही कॉपी कर लेते हैं. When salary something equal to this, so I will say when title equal to, what were the unique titles? Let me do one thing. Select distinct title. So I'll just use it just for my reference purpose. इसको पहले से रन करके रख लेते हैं. So when title equal to staff. Now the first mistake which people were making was they were not putting this thing in the quotes. ठीक है ना? It is not a name of a variable. It is a value, and it is a not a number. So it has to be put in staff. When title equal to staff, so you have to put in the single quotes or double quote, whatever. Or people were saying engineer. So people were writing something like this. ENGINEER. Now this is wrong. Why? Because तुम्हारा माइंड बोल रहा है when title equal to staff or engineer, but syntax wise you need to add title equal to engineer. ठीक है, then or title equal to, which I think I have taken three things ना.
Yes, assistant engineer.
Assistant engineer, so assistant engineer की spelling यहीं से copy कर लो, copy field assistant engineer, so you will not even make the spelling mistake. ठीक है, then इसके आगे हमें कुछ ऐड करना था, then you should mark it as low. Over here I will mark it as, then mark it as entry level. बताओ कोई प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं ना? So when the title is staff or title is engineer or title is assistant engineer, then mark it as entry level. Then if you would have looked at the above query, you would have got the second condition is when salary, something like this. So I'll come back over here and I'll say when title equal to, now which one? Senior staff. When title equal to, mouse को, when title equal to senior staff or title equal to which one? Senior engineer. Right click करो and copy the field कर लो and put it over here. Then mark it as mid level. Okay. Other, now what you can do, you can say else. See, I am creating three groups. Staff, engineer, assistant engineer have already been marked at entry level. Senior staff or senior engineer have been marked at your mid level. So either you say else management level. Now what do people are doing? They are saying something like this: when title equal to, let's say, copy field, I'll copy it with the quotes. When title equal to this or title equal to manager. ठीक है? So this portion is right. Now what people are doing, उनको अपना else से बहुत प्यार है. They are again adding else. When you have already checked all the condition, why do you want to add else? ठीक है? So remember, let's say now this has nothing to do with your coding. जिसको लगता है chemical mechanical, उसके लिए problem है. See, if you have two things to check, if you have two things to check, let's say you have two things to check, pass and fail. If you check for pass and fail, so if you want to check whether a person has pass or fail, so you only check for the pass. If this condition is not true, then person is automatically fail. If you have two conditions, you check only for 2. If you have 10 conditions, you check only for 9. Are you getting my point? So over there, I had used else because I was having 3 conditions. I already checked for less than 40, between 40 to 50, and then I could have marked it as high. As of now, let's not use else. Even if I don't use else, it will still go fine. Okay? It is not mandatory to use else. Then I'll say and as, कुछ नाम दो इसका, positions, okay, and as position. Then what should I do? ऊपर से देख लेते हैं. And as position, and then you can say from cell, sorry, from titles. कहीं पे तो ये कुछ, ये क्यों दे रहा है सर? Case when title equal to,
so semicolon में नहीं लिखा तो भी position.
and as position, हाँ ठीक है. नहीं यहाँ पे ये error क्यों दे रहा है? And as mid level.
सर इधर देन लिखा ही नहीं आप लास्ट
एक सेकंड।
लास्ट मैनेजमेंट मेंशन कर
हाँ हाँ, देन
मैनेज
management and there's position from titles. बताओ हो गया? So senior engineer you get mid level, staff you get entry level, senior engineer again mid level. Check for all of them. Just scroll and so technique as your
मैनेज
management. ठीक है? This as management. Now different people can write it in a different way. Till the time logic is right, you can use many variations. So what I can do is instead of using this line, I can just say, can I use else over here? I can use else, then management. I have already checked for else management. Else management. So I have already done the check for staff engineer, assistant engineer, senior staff, senior engineer, mid level. What are the two levels left? Two levels left are tech lead and managers. They will fall under management. So अगर else use करना है, then at least don't check for the last condition. ठीक है ना? Again, it will give the same result. ठीक है? Now, the better thing could have been if you would have used your in. In का use देखा है हमने? क्या था? एक example याद आ रहा है? I have taken example of Pradeep Pranjal, something like this. Where is that in? I think I have taken. मुझे अब याद नहीं आ रहा है, but मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. लिया था कि नहीं लिया था? लिया था ना? Now try writing the same query using your in statement. Try writing the same query. First of all, tell me, is this clear to everyone? उसको पूछो पीछे वाले को. Clear है? अरे हाँ या ना? तो थोड़ा जोर से बोलो. Now write the same query using your in. In का use करो. Instead of using or use your in. तुम्हारे पे तो विश्वास नहीं रहा. तुम भेजते बहुत जल्दी हो, सब गलत होता है. पहले चेक करो. नहीं देखेंगे, पहले खुद देखो. बाजू वाले को दिखाओ, उसके बाजू वाले को दिखाओ. 2 लेवल चेक करो तुम. उसके बाद 2 लेवल चेक करो, तब देखेंगे. तुम्हारी क्रेडिबिलिटी अब नीचे चली गई है. Write the same query using your in statement. Instead of using or, write your in. ठीक है? Remember, we have used the in statement. So instead of writing title equal to staff or title equal to engineer, you could have directly used the in statement. Please write it using your in. उससे क्वेरी छोटी भी हो जाएगी, जल्दी समझ में भी आएगी. क्या भेजा है तुमने? तुम तो ऐसे बोल रहे हो, देख लो, पता नहीं कोई कोहिनूर का हीरा है. ये दिखने में ठीक लग रहा है. बात गलती से भूलने की नहीं बात है. जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ चेक तो करो, तो चेक तो करो. ठीक है? वैसे ये वाली दिखने में ठीक लग रही है. सीम्स टू बी राइट. क्विक चेंज करा तुमने, बट इट्स प्रॉपर. जब तुम आगे कभी वर्क करोगे ना, तो अपना काम किसी को दिखाने से पहले खुद 4 बार चेक करता है इंसान, है ना? पता लगा रिपोर्ट भेज तो दी. हाँ, नहीं, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड एक्साइटमेंट. हाँ, रन हुआ तो मतलब रन हो गया, राइट? एरर नहीं आया तो मतलब सही. ऐसा थोड़ी है. चुनाव में उतर गया मतलब थोड़ी ना जीत जाओगे. Write the same query using your in. हो गया? Okay, so Vedant ने भी भेजा. Okay. So select employment number title when title and this then entry level. Now using your and do you notice query कितनी छोटी हो जाती है and manageable also and understandable also. So let me take one of the answers which I am getting. Select employment number title case this. नहीं ये तो कुछ और ही हो गया ना. Sorry, I wanted to use the in one. मैंने चैट से उठाया तो था. Done. अब देखो. Now if you are using your in, do you notice it becomes so short? When title in staff engineer, assistant engineer, then entry level. When title over here, then mid level. Else you mark it as management level. कितना छोटा सा query. Check the output. क्लास स्टार्ट हुए 1 घंटे से ऊपर हो गया, सिर्फ 3 क्वेरीज करे हमने. देख रहे हो, थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ाओ. Anyway, I am not putting any time constraint. जब तक सबको नहीं आएगा, we'll continue. अच्छा, now work on one more. आज तुम लोग का ब्रेक कैंसिल है, बस तुम लोग ने ब्रेक का टाइम स्कूल में कर दिया. ठीक है, मतलब मैं ब्रेक लूंगा, तुम लोग नहीं. वैसे भी सब लोग नाश्ता करके आए होंगे. Okay, so find out all the employees for different designation and sort them from highest to lowest. Before you start writing, एक second please, बात नहीं करो. Find out all the employees for different designation and sort them from highest to lowest. So basically, again, you need to look into the titles table. ठीक है? What the output which I want is something like this. मुझे ऐसा output चाहिए. I want output something like this. It should have a title, and then it should have a number of people at that number of people for those titles. ठीक है? Suppose, so I want 2 columns in the output, or if you want, you can put 3 or 4, but as of now, I want only 2. So title, let's say one of the title is staff. I don't know how many people belong to the staff, but let's say there are 70,000 people who belong to the staff. So I want answer something like this. Then I want something like this, engineer. And let's say there are some 50,000 engineer. And same thing will continue for all the other 5 designations. सबको समझ में आ रहा है? How many people at engineer level, how many people at staff level, and all those things. And then you need to sort them from highest to lowest. जो सबसे ज्यादा जिनका count है वो ऊपर आ जाएगा. ठीक है? Is the problem statement clear? ठीक है? So that is why I have given you the pictorial representation. What type of output I want. Please start working on it. ये जल्दी से कर लो, फिर मैं ब्रेक अनाउंस करूँ. अभी किसी को दिखा So 2 people have done. Okay, so what should be my query looking like? If not exactly this question, but similar question हमने पहले भी discuss किया, right? Right? Name वाले पे discuss किया है ना? Name वाले पे discuss किया ना? Greater than 200, ठीक है ना? Select. Let me say title, then comma count title, from titles, right? From titles, then group by title. हाँ, column का नाम अभी change कर देंगे. Group by title. So if I run only this thing, let's see what we will get. So I am getting 7 rows, and for each row, for each one, you are getting the count. What is the count? But this data is not sorted. Okay, it's not in any order, neither in ascending nor in descending. So what I can do is I can say, remember, I have already told you that order by should be done only after your group by. So now I'll say order by. Order by what? Order by count title. Or if you want, you can say two also. Order by count title. And then I will say descending. बस हो गया काम. कुछ और हो गया, कुछ और query run हो गया. सब कुछ done हो गया actually. Stop it. So count title, right? So the same thing can be written as like this also. So there are multiple ways and all of them are right with little variations. So you can say instead of group order by, can I say order by two? Can I say order by two? Why? Because count title is the second column. So if someone is saying order by two, that is also right. Okay. But this count title doesn't seem to be a very good thing. So let's change the name. क्या नाम देना चाहोगे? कोई fancy सा नाम सोचो. Count title and number of employees. Okay, chalo. Number of employees. Number of employees from this. So even if you do not give AS, it will still work. Number of employees. Or if you give as, it will still work. If you don't give, it will not. So normally you should give as because it gives you more clarity. But if you're not, it will still okay. That is how it will work. Okay, now take your break, and after break, we will see something else. We will try to see our nested queries. One query inside the another query. ठीक है, कितने देर का ब्रेक चाहिए? 20 मिनट्स. ठीक है, 20 मिनट का लोग आधा घंटा तो ऐसे ही करेंगे. ठीक है, तो इसलिए आधा घंटा नहीं बोला ना, 40 मिनट हो जाएगा. Okay, so कितने देर में लोग आएंगे? Shall we get started? Okay, so let's get started. So now let's explore the another thing, that is our joints. Okay. So till this time, what we have done, we have seen data only from a single table. We have seen data only from a single table, right? Have we used it data? Have we seen data from more than one table in a same query? No, we have seen data only from the single table. But using joins, we can fetch the data or we can extract the data from more than one table. From more than one table. You can fetch the data from more than one table. So let's say there are two tables, table A and table B. There are two tables, let's say table A and table B. So joins basically would be of three types. Whether there can be many types, but broadly they are three only. And let's discuss them. So मैंने एक PPT भी share करी, उसमें mention है, but explore that PPT later on. You can have your left join, right join, and inner join. And then there can be more also, self join and whatever. Okay, but broadly these three: left join, right join, and inner join. Okay. Let's try understanding it by the diagram. So if you want to join two tables, how can I join two tables? I can use some column which is present in both A and B. That column is present in both A and B. If not with the same name, but the nature of the column should be same. So for example, let's say employment number, if it is present in your, if it is present in your employees table, and let's say in your salaries table, then you can join those two tables based upon the employment number. Okay. So then you will get more understanding when we'll take the example. But diagram wise, what is your left join? Let's say you have two tables, table A and table B. Table A and table B. Then left join would be something like this. It will select all the elements from A. This would be your left join. Diagram wise, this would be your left join. This would be your left join. What about your right join? So right join would be totally opposite of this. If this is your table A and table B. So over here in left join, do you notice the table A was on your left hand side and table B was on your right hand side. In right join, you will select this part. You will select this part. In inner join, you will select the intersection part. This is table A and this is table B. This is your inner join. ये होगा हमारा inner join. Diagram wise. And then later on we'll see the queries. And join would be done based upon some column. Join is done based on a column. Okay. I know, मुझे पता है कि तुम लोग को ये चीज ज्यादा क्लियर नहीं हुई, ठीक है? I know that, ठीक है? मुझे पता है किसको क्या चीज नहीं समझ में आई है, but don't worry, in some time you will understand what these diagrams are. Okay? Let me take one example. Let me. So has everyone created this diagram? Can I remove it? Okay, let's remove this diagram. Let's take two tables and then probably you will understand what this left or let's say this is my table A. In table A, let me say I have item code and item code and let me say item name. Okay. Now let's say item code is 111 and item name is, let's say, mobile. The similar kind of example we'll do in SQL and then probably we'll go to the employees database on the larger database. Item code is 112 and let's say it is TV. Item code 114 and let's say it is a fridge. Okay. Then you have, let's say, item code as 120 and let's say you have a car. So this is, let's say there are two columns in your table A. Okay, let's talk about table B. In table B, let me say I have item code, and again I have item names. Okay, item code and item names. Let's say the item code is 121 and item name is something, let's say car. Item code is 114 and name is, let's say, pen. It is 111 and item name is, let's say, mobile. Item code is 125 and name is, let's say, laptop. Okay. I'm taking a small example so that you get the clarity, because on the larger example you cannot verify the data. Okay. So let's say we do inner join between A and B. We do inner join between A and B using the column item code. Or let me do one thing. Let me change this name so that people are more clear. Let's say the name of this column is item number or item ID, let's say, or just let's say ID. Name of this column is, let's say, just ID, so that this thing is clear that name of the column may not be same, but you can still join them. Okay, this is ID. So I do the inner join between A and B using the column item code between item code of A and ID of B. ID of B, and select all the columns. Select all the columns from A and B. Let's say I am selecting all the columns from A and B. Now, when I do the inner join, I select only this part, intersection part, which is common to both A and common to B. Now, in this thing, can you notice which two things are, or three things or four things are common between A and B? Not car. I am doing the join using item code and ID. I am not using item names. So do you notice 111 is common to both of them? Any other thing? And 114 is common to both of them. Getting my point? So after doing your inner join, your data would look something like this. It will have, let's say, item code, item name, ID, and item name. Let's say this item name is coming from your table A. Let me do one thing. Let me change this item name also.
114 is not from.
तुम ही लोगों ने बोला 114 है. Let's say it is only the name. ठीक है? One second, just focus over here. Let's say this is the name. So you will get these things. So you will get these four columns. After doing your join, you will get item code, item name, ID, and name. So which one is common? 111 is common?
Yeah.
114 is also common, na? दोनों में है ना?
लेकिन वो नहीं आइटम
अरे बाबा, you are doing join on item code of A and ID of B. तो name तो कहीं आएगा ही नहीं ना? Item code of A and ID of B. Are you getting my point? So when you do the inner join, your output would be something like this: item code, item name, ID, and name. Which two things are common? This 100 and कहाँ पे गया? 111 is common in both of them. and 114 is common in both of them. So my output would be something like this. Let's say item code. कौन कौन सी चीजें common है? 111 and 114. So it would be 111. Then item name of A. What is item name of A? Mobile. ID. ID will come from your column. ID will come from your B. So it will again be 111. And then it would be mobile. ये तुम्हारा output होएगा. Then which one is another thing common? 114. 114 आ जाएगा. 114 is fridge. 114 and then pen. If you want, you can remove this column also because this is repetitive column. You know, if you want, you can remove this column. But this would be the output of the inner join for sure. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? Why? Because you are doing the comparison. You are joining based upon the item code of A and ID of B. So there won't be any role of item name or name. ठीक है? Normally you do the join based upon the key which is kind of unique key or primary key. Though it is not always necessary, you can join with any one of them. ठीक है? Is this thing clear? नल क्यों आएंगे? जो कॉमन है बताओ, नल कहां पे आना चाहिए बताओ, सोचो. Where do you think null will come? It will select only those rows which are common. 111 and 120 will not be selected now because they are not part of B. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? तुम्हें इसका मतलब समझता है? इसका मतलब क्या होता है? कॉमन. इसका मतलब होता है कॉमन होता है, राइट? इसको बोलते हैं A intersection B. What is the intersection part? Which item codes are present in the ID of B? 111 and 114 are present. So where will null come? They will not come. Null can come if something like this is present. Let's say if pen is not there, then it would be marked as null. Are you getting my point? But फिलहाल के लिए यहाँ पे pen है. Left join, right join में null आएगा. ठीक है? Please recreate this example. एक बार note कर लो. I'll give you 2-3 minutes. Done? Is it clear? सब लोग please बताओ. Clarity है? Yes? Okay. Now let's see if I do the left join or the right. If we do left join, if we do left join between A and B, where A is left table and B is right table. And again, let's do the join on the same column. So I'll do the join based upon the item code of A and ID of B. Item code of A and ID of B. What is left join? In left join, we select all the things from our A, and anything which are common to A will also be selected. This is what my left join is. Okay. ये मेरा left join होएगा. Now, so again, I'll get the 4 columns. I'll get the item code, item name. Then I'll get the ID column and I'll get the name column. These 2 columns are coming from your table B and these 2 are coming from your column, sorry, from your table A. ठीक है ना? Let's draw a line between them so that you can understand that these are 4 different columns. So I select everything from column A. So what is the column? What I'll select everything from table A, sorry. So 111, 112, 111, 112, then 114, 120. Then repeat it. Mobile TV, fridge, car. Mobile TV, fridge and car. Is 111 present in table B? 111 present hai? So it will be marked as 111. And what is the name? Name is mobile. Is 112 present? No, now this would be marked as your null, or you can say it would be left blank. But in a way, it would be showing you as null. Is 114 present in table B? Yes. So 114 यहाँ पे लिख के आ जाएगा. And corresponding to 114, it is pen in table B. So यहाँ पे आ जाएगा pen. Is 120 there in table B? So null and null. Now check this data and do you agree this matches with this thing, this diagram? It has selected everything from A and whatever is common between A and B. And whatever is not common between A and B, it has been left. It has been marked as nulls. इसको भी draw कर लो please. Done. Can we move towards the right join? Right join would be just opposite of it. Let me say if I want to do a right join where A is your left table and B is your right table, and join on the same thing, join on the based upon the same columns. So what are the columns? Item code of A and ID of B. Let me say item code of A and ID of B. So again, this will come. So let me say item code, item name, ID, name. So these 2 things will come from table A and these 2 things will come from table B. The right join would be something like this. Am I right? So first of all, let's fill the table B. 100 and 121, 114, 121, 114, then 111, and then 125 or 115, 125, 125. Car, pen, mobile, laptop. Car, pen, 112 is present. नहीं 112 कहाँ से है? It is 121 ना? हाँ sorry, it is 120. 1 second, I'll run. It is बाकी numbers ठीक डालें. 121 is it present in table A? No, so it would be, let's say, marked as null. 114 is there. So for 114 it will say 114 and it will put fridge. Am I right?
Yes.
Is 111 present? Present? 111 and then it would be marked as mobile. Then 125 is not there. It would be marked as null and null. अब देखो ये मैच करता है. And then there is outer join which will select everything from A and everything from B. उसको भी देख लेते हैं फटाक से. Done. Okay. Now let's quickly explore our another thing, outer join. Sometimes you may need outer join also, but outer join is nothing but you select everything. So let's say you want to use your outer join. So outer join diagram wise, it is something like this. Okay. A, B, and you select everything. You select everything. Okay, you select everything. Okay. Others also please move on to your some other internet. Okay. I can see most of them are already connected. No, I mean, ठीक है. जैसे तुम लोग ने मूड बनाया पढ़ना है लाइट. वैसे अच्छा आ गई, वरना मैं लोगों को यहाँ पे बुला बुला के कुछ बेसिक स्टार्ट्स पे बोलने के लिए बोलने वाला था कि आ गई. Okay. ठीक है. So outer join basically it will select everything from your this thing. ठीक है. Now in outer join, it will select, see, basically I'm not drawing the diagram, but outer join will select this thing also. And it will select this thing also. A rough diagram, if I want to draw is, though it would be a little difficult, I will get what are the columns. Columns are item code, item name. Let me say item code, item name, ID, and you have names. Thank you. Then, and again, let's say you are joining based upon the same two columns. You are joining based upon the item code and ID. Okay, na? That joining key is the same. So first of all, let me put all the data of 111, 12, 14. Please numbers se bolo. Item code kya kya? 111. 114. Then this one, item name, mobile TV, fridge, and let's say car. Then IDs 121, 114, 111, 12, 125. Okay. Now, can I get the names for 111? Name for 114? Pen. Laptop. And wherever all these things would be marked as your null. Null, null. You'll have null here also, you'll have null here also, you'll have null here also, you'll have null here also. Concept wise, is it clear? Agar concept clear है, then code में कोई problem नहीं है. Outer join is basically, see this diagram, it will select everything. So for example, let's say this, and you are joining based upon the item code and ID. This item code is present over here also and here also. So you are not getting any nulls. But for example, this 112 is present only in table A, but not present in table B. But still you are getting that data. But in table B, it is not present, so you are marking as null. And for example, let's say this 114 is present in both of them. And now check this 121. In left or right join, do you notice you are getting nulls only for one of the tables? In left join, do you notice you are getting the nulls? Kahan pe aa raha tha? Left join kahan gaya hamara? So let's say, let me do the left join. In left join, do you notice you are getting the nulls only for your right table? In right join, you are getting the nulls only for your left table. But in outer join, you are taking the data from both of them. So wherever it is common, you will not get nulls, otherwise you will get the nulls. You can get the null on the table A also and table B also. Okay, na? So outer join means you select everything.
सर एक बार स्टेटमेंट फिर से रिपीट करना अपना.
Which statement?
सर जो कॉमन एलिमेंट्स होंगे उनके लिए.
See, again, let me repeat. I don't know which statement you want to hear, but I'll repeat most of the things. Probably you'll get the right statement which you want to hear. See, let me go back, and when you do your intersection, A intersection B, you will never get nulls. Okay? I'll not say you will not, you can get null if name is not present, right? But in intersection, you will get only those records which are common both A and B. In left join, you are getting the nulls only for the table which is there on your right hand side. In right join, you are getting the nulls for the table which is on your left hand side. Because in right join, it will select everything from the right table. And if right table doesn't have any nulls, you will not get any nulls in your right table. Okay? Chances are there that you will get nulls in your left table. In your outer join, this is the diagram, you select everything. You select everything and you can get the nulls in your table A also and in your table B also. Outer join तब भी होगा when you want to select everything from both the table. It would be based upon your requirement. Let's say you want to select all the item codes and all the IDs, not only which are common. सब कुछ select करना चाह रहे हो, then it would be used. हाँ, that is your choice. तुम table A को left लो या table A को right लो, that is your choice. Concept will still remain the same. You need to tell which is your left table. The way you will write the code, system will understand कि ये left table है या right table है. वो चीज अभी देखेंगे हम लोग. SQL cannot understand which is the left table, which is the right table. You need to tell them. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना select star from, तो कौन से table से? You have to give the table name. It cannot read your mind कि कौन से table से select करना है. आ रहा है समझ में? एक एग्जांपल लें. I'll take one example and उसके बाद तुम लोग को करना है. ठीक है? Just I'm trying to recreate one example. Yes, someone is saying something. Tell me. Okay, the screen दिख रहा है? Okay. So before writing any query, let's build the background. Okay. So do you notice? And then probably let me take one bigger example and then we'll take some small examples, which will create one more database. Okay. Do you notice that there is one table, department manager? एक table दिखता है. What all does it has? It has your employment number, department number, from date to date. Okay. Let me say select star from. We already know how many record it has. हमने पहले निकाला है ना number. Select a star from department manager. Let's say, or if you want, you can just say count. So there are 24 records returning. So it means there are 24 managers. Yes or no?
Yes.
ठीक है, थोड़ा सा respond करते रहना please. There are 24 managers. Yes or no? Yes. Now I have the employment number of each manager, but I do not know the name of the managers. क्या मुझे managers के नाम पता है? No. So I want to get the names of all the managers and their employment number. Now, in this table, department manager doesn't contains their name. But is there any table which contains the name? Employee. Do you notice? Employees contains your names also.
Yeah.
Now, manager is also an employee. So this employment ID, which is there in department manager, would also be there in the employment number of your employees column. Am I right? So it means if I join these two tables and put some condition, I can get the name of all the managers. समझ में आ रहा है? So this is my problem statement. I want to get the name of all managers and their employment number. So at the end, how many rows it should return? It should return 24 rows. It should give me then, so my output should be something like this. Output should be something like this. Employment number, and then you would be having first name, and last name, and any other data which you want to fetch. ये data मेरे को चाहिए. अब बताओ ये क्या आ सकता है? Without looking into the two tables, you need to look into the two tables, then only you can get the data, right? So fit case for using the join. Shall we go ahead and use the join?
Yes.
Now, before I start writing the query, if I say select employment number, and keep one thing in mind, I would be using two tables. तो बेचारे सॉफ्टवेयर को कैसे पता चलेगा that this employment number should be selected from employees table or from department manager table? Are you getting my point? So what I'll do, I'll say select employees dot employment number. So table name dot column name. ठीक है, table name dot column name. Later on, I'll put a shortcut also. I'll use some shortcut, but I'll take a little sequential approach. ठीक है. So select employees, employment number. Then what do I select? I also want to select the first name and the last name. So I'll say employees dot first name. So first name is something like this. Okay, employees dot first name, and then employees dot last name. So table name dot column name. So from where do I want to select? I want to select it from the employees table. So from employees, then I will say inner join. So whether you say join or inner join, it is same. So for more clarity, I'm saying inner join. I want to join these two tables based upon what? Inner join. I want to join which table? I want to join inner join department manager. Department manager. Then I will say on. Okay, department manager on. Employees dot employment number is equal to department manager dot employee number. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? So I want to select these columns from employees, then I will say inner join. So it will say inner join. So now before inner join, can you notice before inner join there I am using the name of the two tables, employees and the department manager on employees. So when you are joining two tables, you need to tell based upon which key. Remember previous example, item code and ID. So if you are, so do you notice over here I am telling this part tells based upon which column you want to join. दिखता है? So employees dot employment number equal to department manager dot employment number. अगर सब कुछ सही किया है तो आंसर अब आ जाना चाहिए. आंसर आ गया, देखो 24 रोज आ गए. So employment number, first name, last name. So these are the name of your this name. ठीक है, अब please give a try and then probably I'll add a little shortcut. I'll not say shortcut, but instead of every time writing employees, I'll use a short.
वो दिया है।
इनर ज्वाइन है तो समझने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, जब लेफ्ट ज्वाइन में जाएंगे तो बताते हैं कैसे होगा, कैसे समझेगा। सो इनर ज्वाइन वेदर A is on this side or A is on that side, it is still in same. वैसे टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, सॉफ्टवेयर ऐसे समझ रहा है। अच्छा पहले काम करो, पहले इतना कर लो फिर बताते हैं। कर लिया इतना, ठीक है। जस्ट होल्ड ऑन टू योर क्वेश्चन, आई विल टेल यू हाउ द सिस्टम विल अंडरस्टैंड कि टेबल लेफ्ट टेबल कौन सा है, राइट टेबल कौन सा है, ठीक है। तो मैं काम करो, यहाँ पे लेफ्ट ज्वाइन लिख के देखो, यहाँ पे लेफ्ट है ना, वहाँ पे जाने लगा, देखो क्या हो रहा है। Just follow that.
ट्वेंटी फोर राइट ज्वाइन किया तो भी 24 ही लगा 2000।
राइट ज्वाइन से 24 आएंगे, वाई बिकॉज जो डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर टेबल है ना, वो तुम्हारा सबसेट ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज टेबल है, उसमें कोई भी ऐसा एम्प्लॉयमेंट नंबर नहीं होगा जो एम्प्लॉइज में ना हो। तो यहाँ पे तो तुम्हें सही आ रहा है, बट इट इज नॉट अ राइट वे, ठीक है। यहाँ पे तो सही आ रहा है, इट्स नॉट अ राइट वे, ठीक है। नाउ लेट्स डू वन थिंग। सो the same thing can be written something like this also, and later on you have to use the same thing. आप सब लोग प्लीज 2 मिनट अपनी whatever you're doing, just stop it and have a look from employees, and let me say, so in the above query, do you notice every time I have to write that word employees, employees, employees. Let's say if I want to select 10 columns, then every time if you write employees, थोड़ा सा irritating लगता है. So what I can do is from employees and let me say E. So this E is as your alias, जो हम E दे देते. So now employees table would be denoted as E. So wherever you are writing employees, you mark it as E. जहां जहां तुमने employees लिखा था, you mark it as E, and you can mark it as E. ठीक है, this should also work. And same thing, if you want, you can take department manager also or something. So department manager, let's say DM. So you can say DM. So name of the employees table. जैसे हम लोग ऊपर यूज करते थे ना as for renaming a column, so the same thing. And DM is the another name for your department manager. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? बाजू वाले का चेक करके दो. Please take 2 minutes and let me know if there is any doubt, any questions. Then let's move towards some more examples. Okay, can I give one practice question? लोग करना चाहेंगे? नहीं? फिर भी कर लो, नहीं मन है तो. Okay, so I have recreated one example. Take that example. Acha, before I ask you to do something, let me give you more clarity. So in salaries table, which all columns I have? I have employment number, salary, right? And then this example is almost similar to the previous one. And then in your employees table, you have employees table. This is the employees table. Employees table, you have employment number, birth date, first date, last name, gender, hire date, whatever, right? These are the things you are having. Do one thing. Get the name, employment number, and before I say anything, do you remember yesterday for our more understanding, what we have done is we have taken out these numbers. Yaad aa raha hai starting mein? Or again, if you want, you can say select count stuff. So do you notice in salaries, there are around 10 lakh records, 1 million record, 9,67,000. And in employees, you are having 3 lakh. So it means more than 3 times data or more than 3 times entries are there for your employees. Yeah. So it means a single employee can exist more than once in a salaries table. Yes. So get me the name, employment number, and the average salary for all the employees. Average salary of the employee. इस बार मुझे salary नहीं चाहिए, average salary चाहिए. Average salary means for one employee, you would be having only one entry. If you don't take average, for a single employee, you would be having multiple entries. Get the name, employment number, and average salary for all the employees. Name as in first name and last name both. Possible? Possible तो है, ज्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, धीरे धीरे मुश्किल करेंगे. I'll put this question on the chat. Those who want to take copy the question from the chat, probably they can copy it. So my voice is not audible. अरे बाप रे, ये किसने बोला लॉकिक? ये नाम मैं पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ. इस लॉकिक पहले था ये,
इधर बैठता था, आपने उसको
तो कहाँ है अभी? ऑनलाइन में क्यों है लॉकिक? So you should come to the class. ठीक है? Get the name, employment number, and average salary for all the employees. So I'm unsharing my screen. You already have the question. Work on it. Select the name, first name, employment number, and average salary for all the employees. ये question. बिना ज्वाइन के कैसे? वैसे बिना ज्वाइन के भी हो सकता है if you want to use sub queries, but sub queries बताया नहीं है, and sub queries थोड़ी more problematic for you. लोग अब पूछ रहे हैं क्वेश्चन क्या है, तो इतनी देर से क्या हो रहा था?
Sir,
So I want data something like this, guys. I want data something like this. Employment number, comma, screen दिखता है? Comma first name, comma last name. And then I want another column, let's say average salary. Or whatever, average salary. Okay? And for how many people? For all the employment number. So around 3 lakh or 4 lakh entry should come. ठीक है? जितने employment number है उन सब के लिए एक एक. For every employment number. ठीक है? I don't want one record. I want for each of them. For each. जिसको सिर्फ एक एंट्री आ रही है उसने ग्रुप बाय नहीं किया. ग्रुप बाय बेस्ड अपॉन योर एम्प्लॉयमेंट नंबर और मल्टीपल एंट्रीज आती है. बस खत्म. जो वहां तक पहुंच गया ही इज जस्ट अ कमांड फार अवे फ्रॉम द राइट आंसर. आ रहा है? दिखाओ आउटपुट. पहले बताओ कितने रिकॉर्ड आ रहा है? नहीं, ऊपर से लिमिट हटाओ. यहाँ से ये देखो, यहाँ देखो, यहाँ पे डोंट लिमिट करो. ये दिखता है तुम्हारे में? शायद ऐसा लिखा हुआ है लिमिट 1000. इसको डोंट लिमिट करो. वापस रन करो और बताओ. 1 lakh. This is 03 ना? नहीं 0 कौन सा ये बैच? 30 दे दीजिए. Okay, so Shreyas has shared one query. Amol has shared. Select this from employees. Join this group by. Group by E dot first name क्यों करोगे Amol? The first name can be common. First name can be same for more than one person. And why do you want to group them based upon the first name? If you want to group, you group it based upon your employment number.
So answer 3,24,000 rows.
3,24,000 ही आना चाहिए. Why? Because in employees table, every employee number is unique. So number of records should be utne ही only. ठीक है. Which one is yours? Chat पे share किया आपने?
नहीं.
Logic, what about you? Kalpesh, you have shared.
नहीं.
Select group by employment number. ठीक दिख रहा है.
Three lakh 24.
3,24,000 आना चाहिए. Okay, let me take this up. Okay, so what can I do? I can say, so first of all, which two tables we will join? We will join our employees and salaries table. ठीक है ना? So employees and salaries table को थोड़ा सा expand कर लेते हैं. And let's expand so that I can directly see the column names over here. ठीक है? So what I'll do is I'll say select. Can I directly say E dot employee number? Will people understand?
Yes.
Or you want me to write employees dot employment number? Can I say directly say E dot employment number, comma E dot
First name.
first name, comma E dot
Last name.
last name. ठीक है? Then comma average,
Salary.
average S. Can I say S dot salaries? S dot salaries. So later on I'll rename the salary table as your S. ठीक है ना? So that is why I've taken salaries. Average S dot salaries. So give the name of all the columns which you want to select. Then I'll say from employees and employees, I'm giving the name nickname as E, alias name as E. Then let me do inner join salaries. And let me give the another name for salaries as S on this thing. That's it. That's it, as in This was the basic structure you should have written. Is it correct? Acha, so sorry. That is your S dot employment number. My mistake. एक second. It is. क्या ये सही है? Will it give me the proper result? Let's see. Unknown column salary. So मैंने कुछ mistake कर दिया क्या? अच्छा salary. So S dot salary. SALARY. So name of the column is salary. Name of the table is salary. So my mistake. So when you run this thing, do you notice it gives only one entry? And it means employment number 10,001, whose name was Georgie Feselo. His average salary is this much. It is taking 10,001 probably because it is the first entry in your employees table. If you see, if I say select star from employees, this is just for explanation. Let me say limit 2. Let's see how many, which is the first person. Do you notice Georgie is the first person, and that is why when you run the below query, you get only one entry. Why? Because you have used average salary. Suppose अगर हम average salary नहीं लेते हैं, अब क्या होता है? Let's say if I don't use average salary, ठीक है? Let's say I don't use the average salary. अब देखते हैं क्या होता है. Anyway, let me use the S dot salary ना. Otherwise salary will not come, right? एक कॉलम तो ले ही लेते हैं इसका. Do you notice it returns so many records? 96733 0. ठीक है? And if you do not, do you notice for a single person more than one entry is coming? For a single person more than one entry is coming, but I want average. So what I'll do again, I'll go back over here. I'll say average S dot salary. But if I run this thing, then I'll get only one entry. So what I need to do, I need to do a group by. Group by based upon what? Based upon, you can say, let me say E dot employment number. E dot employment number पे group by कर लेते हैं. Let me see what type of data I get. इसको एक बार clear कर देते हैं. (10196). I think we should. I think S dot employment number 101796. अच्छा, बट ऐसा आना नहीं चाहिए. Georgie So I'm saying inner join salaries S1. वैसे ठीक तो है. And let me और किसी के में according to me the number of records should be same as they are in your this thing. Employees. So how many ones, 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh? Say 1 lakh records क्यों आ रहा है? There can be some mismatch in data. So see what can happen is, see now only reason why this can happen is there are some employees there are few employees which are there in your employees table, but they are not in your salaries table. That can be one issue. That can be one issue. That can be one issue. So for example, if and then there can be some employees which are there in salaries table and they are not there in your employees table. So data may be little bit mismatched. But किसी को ऐसा रिकॉर्ड आ रहा है क्या 3 लाख? तुमने किस पे ज्वाइन किया?
लेफ्ट ज्वाइन किया.
लेफ्ट ज्वाइन किया ना. लेफ्ट ज्वाइन will not according to me. You are doing left join. So left, if you are doing left join on employment number, then obviously it will select only those people, or it will select all the people who are there in your salaries table. So all the people who are there in your employees table. ठीक है? Here, group by S dot employment number, and if you want, I can also say order by 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me say order by 4. Will it work? So it works. So you get the lowest average salary, or if you want the highest average salary, you can say listen. And if you want, you can use your round also. Round, you can take 2 digits after decimal. Round average salary, and you can say as average salary. So now this data looks proper. Employment number, first name, last name, average salary, and then sorted. But why do you want to know right as of now? Just query. See, this time your question is actually good, but this was not needed. But still, since you have asked me, let me answer it. See, can you notice? यहाँ पे देखो, check this part. How would the system know whether it is which table is left or which table is right? So if you, it would be decided based upon whatever you have given inside this on. In this on the left hand side of equal to, you are having the table E. So table E, in this case, employees would be taken as your left table. On the right hand side of equal to, you are having the salaries table. So this would be taken as salaries. So you need not tell separately that which is the left, which is the right. It will automatically understand based upon this thing. जो equal to के left में होगी वो left हो जाएगी, जो right में होगी वो automatically right में हो जाएगी. ठीक है? Keep that thing in mind. Keep one more thing in mind, that left and right is not decided by this. इससे मत सोचना कि that on the left hand side I have given the employees. So employees would be acting as your employee, as your left table. Left and right would be decided based upon this equal to. Equal to के जो left में होगा वो left, जो right में होगा वो right. So over here, let me say, since this time I am using the inner join. Let's see. Now everyone please again have a look. Let me do one thing. Let me cut this thing, put equal to this thing and this thing. What do you think the answer will change? क्या आंसर चेंज होना चाहिए? लॉजिकली तो नहीं चेंज होना चाहिए, but let's still run it. You still get the same answer. Why? Because you are doing the inner join. So whether you say A on the left side or you say A on the right side, the answer will still remain the same. Because remember the diagram, intersection will select the common part. ठीक है? Okay. क्या? Repeat your question.
Question में लिखा है।
नहीं, see, why did we wrote this query? We wrote this query to solve this problem. Na? Based upon your problem, your requirement, you will write the query. And whether you have to join based upon your employment number or not, that is something you need to think. जो चीज तुम्हें कॉमन लग रही है ना, उसके बेसिस पे ज्वाइन करोगे. So if you try to join based upon the first name, then probably it doesn't make much sense. Because पहली बात तो name है नहीं salary table में. Only thing which you have is your employment number. ठीक है? Now solve this problem. Get me the name of all the female managers. सारे female managers का नाम निकाल के दिखाओ. So this time it would have been simple. Select employment. Kalpesh ने कुछ तो रखा है. Where E gender equal to F. I think it should work. Shubham Thorat ने कुछ query रखी हुई. Shubham Thorat class में नहीं, online है. Okay. Let's take his answers. So he has said something like this. Select E dot employment number, E dot first name, last name, gender, department, employment number, DM dot department number from employees E, inner join this on this where E dot gender equal to F. Seems to be okay. Seems to be okay. Let's see. So 13 rows. It means there are 13 female managers are there. सबका ऐसे ही आ रहा है? ठीक है. So probably department number. If you want department number, then get the department number. Otherwise, you can remove this column. ठीक है ना? So he is publishing a extra information, which is still okay, not an issue. But in a way, he has written a good query. Paste करिए chat पर. Let me have a look. Anyone else who has taken a little different approach or similar approach? चैट पर रखा आपने? क्या करना पड़ेगा? अच्छा, लैपटॉप से नहीं ओपन किया है.
field data.
Okay. Let me recreate one more example for you. Under guts. Okay. Practice one or more, then probably we'll take a few more complicated examples. Right. I want data something like this. I want employment number. Then I want department number. And I want department name for all the employees. Please, पीछे कुछ लोग बात कर रहे हैं. I request them to go on mute for all the employees. ठीक है. Before you start doing anything, let me give you. So employment number, department name for all the employees. So probably employment number is present in many tables. Employment number is present in many tables. Now I want to get the department number and department name also. This time, do you notice I am not saying you to get me the first name and the last name. Please, कौन है जो बातें कर रहा है? ठीक है, तो वो इरिटेट करता है मेरे को. ठीक है, department number and department name. So employees is your database. So from where can I get the department number? So department number I can get from my department employee. And from where can I get my department name? Table departments. From table departments, I can get the department name. So now can we get this information? Employment number, department number, and department name for all the employees. Employment number you can get from which table? Not employee. From your department employee. From your department employee, you can get employment number. Department number you can get from your department employee. And department name you can get from your department's table. But now you need to come join two table, department employee and department. Using which column can we join? किस column के basis पे join कर सकते हैं? Department number. Can you notice? Department numbers are same. अब please करो. Possible? Whenever you do, let me know.
No zero. एक मिनट ये डिपार्टमेंट्स मध्ये
तुमसे जब भी पूछते तुम यही बोलते हो रहा है सर, कभी ये नहीं बोला तो हो गया है। क्लास के लीडर हो, टीचर रहते हो, पहली लाइन लिख दो। आप उसको पहली लाइन लिखना बोल रहे हैं। डिपार्टमेंट नंबर फॉर्म एम्प्लॉइज को लिखा भाई, नकल की अकल चाहिए, तुमको पता है तुम्हारा तो लागू होता है, तुमने कॉपी तो कर लिया, बताओ। See, अगर नाम नहीं लोगे तभी भी पूछेंगे, नाम नाम चेंज करो। What about last candidate?
The word
डिपार्टमेंट नेम कहाँ से आएगा? कुछ तो डालना चाहिए था ना, डी डॉट डिपार्टमेंट नेम और डी डॉट डिपार्टमेंट कुछ तो। जैसे तुमने डी डॉट एम्प्लॉयमेंट डाला ना, तो टेबल नेम डॉट कॉलम नेम डाला ना। क्वेरी क्या लिखी है? See, what is my question, guys? एक second, please. My question is find the employment number, department number, and department name. I am not asking you to find the name of the employee. Department name and employee name are two different things. इतना समझता है? So department name will come from where? It will come from your this thing. Remember पूरा data समझाया था तुम लोग को, right? From departments table you will get your department name and you will get the department number from your department employee and employment number from again from your department employee, and you can join department and department employee based upon your department number. Same simple तो है, क्या दिक्कत है? ठीक है, कितना है रोज आ रहा है? क्यों नहीं आएंगे? नहीं आने चाहिए ना, जितने एम्प्लॉयज हैं उन सबके बारे में आएगा ना। आउटपुट में कितने रिकॉर्ड आएंगे? आई डोंट थिंक 9, इट वुड बी इन थाउजेंड्स और लैक्स प्रॉब्ली। Am I right? Last person, are you getting? Put your query on the chat window. I want to see. जब मैं कुछ बोलता हूं तुम लोग सुनते ही नहीं हो क्या? मैं डिपार्टमेंट एंड डिपार्टमेंट एम्प्लॉय बोल रहा हूँ, तुम लोग एम्प्लॉयज सुन रहे हो क्या? आवाज फिल्टर हो जाती है क्या? तुम लोग तो ऑनलाइन में भी नहीं हो, क्लास में बैठे हो। या कोई एल्गोरिथम लगा रखा है जो कन्वर्ट कर देता है चीजों को। Okay, let's take it up. It's already around 12:30. I have to end the class also. So what we can do? We can say, let's say select. So what are the two tables we want as a reference? Department employee and department. So let's open those two tables. Department employee and departments. Okay. So what I want to do, let me say select D dot, or let me say DE dot employee number, comma, DE dot department number. Okay. Then anything else we want to select, comma, D dot department name, where DE I am taking as the name for your department employee and D for your department, D for your department. ठीक है? बस अपना पूरा लॉजिक यूज कर लेते। देन आई विल से फ्रॉम, let me say
Department employee.
department employee. So DEPT, please 1 second, don't talk too much. From department employee, and let me say as DE. Okay. Then either you say inner join or you say join. Inner join on which table? Departments. Spelling सही लिखिए, departments D on, and that's it. What I'll do is I'll say this time you want to join based upon your department number equal to D dot department number. I think that should work. बताओ मुश्किल था? $3,31,603. ठीक है, this is how you get it. सिंपल। बताओ कोई मुश्किल थे? बिल्कुल सिंपल था। ऊपर वाला वो तो हो गया था ना, पर तुम मुझे वो क्यों दिखा रहे थे जब हम लोग ये वाली क्वेरी कर रहे थे? या तो तुम वाला दिखा रहे थे? नहीं, माई इंप्रेशन इज आई वांटेड टू सी दिस वन। ठीक है, ये वाला करा था तुमने, प्रॉपर किया था। ठीक है, ठीक है guys, so we'll end the session over here and tomorrow we'll meet at what time? 8:30 बराबर। Tomorrow we'll meet at 8:30 and please practice करके आओ because today we have joined only 2 tables. Tomorrow we'll try to join more than 2 tables. ठीक है, 3 tables तक तो at least जाएंगे and tomorrow we'll also see our sub queries. ठीक है, I'll end the session. Thank you for joining.